on to you Pisces out here. So you have the Eight of Wands, the Three of Wands, and then you have the Emperor. So these three cards right here for you, Pisces, represents a lot of you Pisces have some big goals that you want to actually accomplish. The Eight of Wands, sacrificing or letting go of the things that and the people that are going to hold you back. So there's a sense of you Pisces not wanting to break through your limitations, but you Pisces know what it is that you're going to have to do in order to break through your limitations. You're going to have to let go of some people and of some habits that you do. But when you let go of some people, you know they're going to get upset. You know they're going to come to you and say that they haven't seen you in a long time. And it's like it is that I said before, what could people understand? What would they even understand? Right? What would they even understand you, Pisces? How? How would they understand you? Right? If you told them what it is that you want, the goals that you have, they're going to tell you that's good. They're going to tell you something like, the Most High got you. Nothing that you can actually apply. That sounds nice, but nothing that you can apply. And then what's going to happen if you hang around them? They're going to put you in some nonsense because they want to be on some dysfunctional stuff. So you Pisces know that you're going to have to let go of some people, break some habits. But when you consciously are aware of it, you're going to have people who want to be on some jealous stuff come to you like you're a problem. And this is the thing that you Pisces have to be prepared for. And this is why it is that I keep telling y'all how to be warriors over here on my channel. Stop worrying about people not liking you so much. Obviously, that's something that you should take a look at, but you shouldn't pay so much close attention to it to the point where it stops you from living your life. And the reason why it is, and I'm saying that in the first place, is due to the fact that because the situation for you, Pisces, is that they wouldn't like you regardless because they jealous of you. So you Pisces are at a point of no return. You have to keep going on this path. And that's another thing too about the spiritual journey, or the crooked path that a lot of people like to call it, or the magicians like to call it. In certain occult circles, right? They'll call it the crooked path. And what that basically means is that you're taking a path that the majority of people in society don't take, which is you. This is how it is that you end up being one of the masters of the universe, is that you have to take the crooked path. You have to take a path of actually out here doing your own thing. And a lot of people are not going to like you for it. And you have to understand that the same thing that they looked at you and exalted you for, they're going to dislike you for it the next. I can go some places with this, but this isn't a political channel. So the Three of Wands and the Emperor represent, so you Pisces have a better understanding of what you want. I'm just helping you to understand that. I'm helping you to understand, okay, that's okay to want what you want. But I'm helping you, Pisces, to understand that when you do want what you want, understand what comes with that. Understand that people are going to try to shame you. They're going to try to make you feel guilty. They're going to try to make you feel like you essentially have to rescue them, especially when what it is that you're doing and the plan that you laid out is actually working. They're going to, you dig what I'm saying? So the Three of Wands right here represents, yeah, go after your excellence like I was talking about. Be rich, be successful, be all that, be very powerful, right? Be powerful in relationships, but understand that you got to be very mindful about the company that you keep. The people that you call close, the people that you call close to you are who you are. And then the thing is that the Emperor represents, you have to be very mindful. You have to be very patient in your approach to how you do things. Why? because one of the things that you're going to understand on this path, if you don't already realize it, is the depth or the degree of how jealous people can be, how they will try to ruin your life and make it seem like it's a mistake. The Two of Wands and the Empress right here represents how, and because of that, a lot of you, because they want you with them, right? And this could be for anybody, friends, co-workers, yes, loved ones, but more so family members, friends, right? Associates like that. So if you stop hanging out with anybody recently, or stop hanging out with a group, you used to be a part of a group, and you still are technically, but you have become the lone wolf to chase your own visions, your own endeavors, that group is going to look real, that group is going to look at you with a side eye, and you're going to look at them like they're unfamiliar. And they're going to look at you like you are unfamiliar to them too, because you've changed a lot. And I've talked about this before. Being a Sigma is different. Being a Sigma or a Zeta is different, right? Because at least with an Omega is a person who kind of is on the fringe of the pack, right? If we're going to go with them dynamics, is on the fringe of the pack, but at the same time, they really want to be accepted. But they act like, you know what I'm saying? Like they just do things that put them on the fringe, right? Where it's like they want to be accepted by the group, by the overall society, but then at the same time they want to go to like furry parties and do their own thing, right? And do Omega stuff like that. And so they're constantly walking this line of they're doing the things that they want to do, but other people don't approve of it. And if other people tell them that they're going to be banished from the group or looked at a certain kind of way, they'll tote the line. Zetas and Sigmas are seen as like people that are outcasts, because a Zeta is an individual that Zeta basically gets rid of Medusa, right? So whatever is like the consumerism of its time, whatever it is, right? Whatever is the influence at the time that create tyranny, that's what the Zetas are about, right? Or they get labeled that far more, right? And then you have the Sigmas, the ones who basically were always essentially on the outside of society, or choose or knows what's going on, but and still has enough social understanding and connections with people and rub elbows with people, but doesn't care to have the chip on their shoulder and be the boss of everybody. Because a Sigma can do it. What does this have to do with you Pisces? This is the position that you Pisces are in. You got a lot of people right now who you've become changed to. They see you Pisces as changing, and you Pisces are. But you don't care about offending them. When they see you Pisces now, they see you as someone that they don't even recognize. The Empress represents, they also see you as someone that they have a deep, a profound respect for. But at the same time, you still can't hang around them, because they will ruin their life under all circumstances. That's just how it is. So then you have the Sun card, the King of Pentacles, and then you have the Hierophant right here. You Pisces are exalted. You Pisces deserve so much praise for the fact that you have taken Homer's Odyssey. You have taken, you know what I'm saying? You have taken Homer's Odyssey. And yes, I did read Homer's Odyssey, by the way. I read, I ain't even gonna lie, I didn't read the whole thing, but I read some of it, and then I watched a lot of the movies based upon Homer's Odyssey, but I did read it. Gotta understand, I read a lot of books in my life. A lot of grown-ups put me on a lot of games. Nature versus Nurture, the study of that. Homer's Odyssey, the Iliad, right? The Iliad, which is another Homer writing and stuff like this. Plato, Socrates, Aristotle. You feel what I'm saying? Magic. Like I was studying, like I'm over here studying magic and the id, the id, the ego, and the super ego at like 15. Like, you know what I'm saying? Studying these kind of concepts and when I was like 15. So you gotta understand, like I've been initiated into this stuff, not formally by somebody else, but I've been initiated into this from my own experience and from my own, what I've experienced from my own life experiences. My life has become the ritual. So I'm an adept in this, right? An adept in this. And let me explain something to you. You Pisces, it's good the position that you're in, because, and this is what a lot of people, because people look at me like I worship the devil, and that's completely incorrect. That's completely incorrect. Not only do I not worship it, the devil doesn't even exist. From my findings, doesn't even exist. And yeah, okay, everybody can believe whatever they want to believe, but in my universe, the devil doesn't even exist, yo, to even worship. And even if I had an opportunity, would I worship the devil? No, of course not. But what I'm trying to say here is that I'm on some spirituality type stuff, and you Pisces are becoming what you are supposed to become. See, the devil is much more than just an enemy. The devil represent who you naturally will become when you are doing it correctly and you're chasing excellence. People are going to see you as an enemy. They're going to see you as the villain of the story, even if you didn't even do anything to them. You understand the game that I'm putting on you? So there's nothing that you Pisces are going to be able to say that's going to get these people that you may know that you don't talk to, and then they see you out here getting it. There's nothing that you Pisces are going to be able to tell them. They have a profound respect for you, but it's also they want to be you. They want to be in the position that you Pisces have attained, but they are not prepared for that. And they know that they are not prepared for that, because what you have to endure in order to be that, to where you are becoming what it is that you said that you want, they don't have that. That takes discomfort, it takes preparation, it takes years, it takes learning from your mistakes, constantly chasing after self-excellence, reading, writing, math, working out, business, getting your money together. That's hard work. You know what I'm saying? Getting all of these different things dialed in. People are going to look at you like the devil, even if you're not. They will come up with some stuff, even if they got to come up with it at a lie. Because why? The King of Pentacles, the High Priestess, they see you as competition, even though they have deep, profound respect for you, and they're following up on after your lead. They take cues from you. Your friends see you, Pisces, right? Or the people that you stopped hanging out with, they see you elevating and doing what you're doing. And guess what? They want to see what you're doing, but they're standing on the outside looking in, right? So they can only assume to a certain extent what you got going on. What does this have to do with you Pisces? You Pisces are doing an amazing job. You Pisces, ever since you Pisces decided to put your spirituality first, you've been making a lot of spiritual gains, physical gains, emotional gains, mental gains, right? That's good for you. And your world has essentially turned again, or made a quantum leap, because the things that once were at the top of the year in January, right? Capricorn, top of the year, right? Capricorn sits at the top of the zodiac the zodiac, right? Once you reach the 12, once you reach the 10th house, the 10th house really represents the top. The 11th house and the 12th house really represents the universe after that. Like the Aquarius represents what happened. The Aquarius represents like you getting off of or out of the orbit of the earth. You starting to actually hit outside of the orbit of the earth. And then what happens is, right, because really Aquarius really rules the sky, just period. But and then you have Pisces, right? And then Pisces represents the universe and where everything springs out of anyway. So once you reach the 10th house, the 10th house really is at the top of the chart. Aquarius and 11th house is really like spiritual placeholders and destination points, right? Because like Pisces represents the afterlife as well, right? What happens to you when you done reached the afterlife. The 10th house represents, you did it. You reached here. Most people will never get to the 10th house. Not spiritually. And what is the 10th house ruled by? Capricorn, the devil. Ooga booga. Woo, right? You got here by being disliked by a lot of people. And a lot of the disliking, especially if you've done it the correct way, even the disliking that they may have disliked you for is completely unjustified. Because that's one of the things that Capricorns have to deal with too. Capricorns have to deal with being as a scapegoat. Remember, Capricorn represents the scapegoat. So even when you're not even doing anything wrong, and I'm not saying that you Pisces are Capricorns, but I'm saying that it's that energy that you're pulling from. Even when you're not doing anything wrong, you still getting blamed for stuff that ain't even your fault. I have a ton of Capricorn in my chart, right? And you'll see I'll get blamed for stuff that wasn't even my fault. Like it was. So then you have the Eight of Pentacles and the Four of Swords. I'm seeing how you Pisces wouldn't have it any other way. You love this. You don't want to be hanging around on the block all day, not doing anything. Or maybe you're not hanging around on the block. You hanging out with people at the office and that there's no real spiritual advancement. None of that. It's just going to work and then going home and then that's it. They're robots. So let's clarify the Eight of Pentacles. The Hermit, Virgo energy, the Chariot, the High Priestess, the Four of Cups, and then the Two of Wands. That's what I'm talking about, right? So again, the Hermit, the Chariot, the High Priestess. Keep an open mind. You're definitely getting to where it is that you Pisces want to go mentally, spiritually, financially, physically, emotionally. But you have to be patient and don't let anything or anyone get past you. Don't put it past anybody. Keep an open mind no matter how great you become. The Four of Cups and the Two of Wands, and you also have to understand that some people will be against your empowerment. That's okay. You just can't allow them to stop you. So other than that, that's pretty much it. A lot of you Pisces there's a lot of spiritual advancement happening here. And a lot of you are almost becoming you are becoming a king or a queen of the crossroads, meaning that you're becoming an individual that is one of the most enlightened individuals on the planet from the trials and the tribulations, right, that you are actually experiencing. Because nowadays, right, especially in the age of Aquarius, right, people are actually trying to figure their way to spirituality, but like you can tell that it's just not right because they're faking the funk. I'm just gonna keep it a buck. Like they're faking the funk. They trying to get their feet wet into spirituality, but the ego is not. It's blocking it, and it's like you're gonna have to. You gotta understand, like the person who put me on to spirituality, I got put on to spirituality at 14. I was already a Sigma outcast at 14, younger than that. I've been an outcast. I've been a Sigma my whole life. I've been an outcast my whole life like that. You can ask anybody. You feel me? But again, Sigma for real, because I was on the fringe. I was in a situation where I'm popular, but I'm popular for some of the right reasons, popular for some of the wrong reasons. Like why I'm popular, I'm not as popular in the way that I want to. I want to be seen as desirable. And some people did see me as desirable, but they also saw me as scary and terrifying too. And some of them even saw me as an individual that they wanted to try, or individual that they wanted to break the will of, right, to get me to follow them. And then when those things didn't work, so I was always on the fringe where it's like, yeah, one foot in popularity, one foot in being seen as a freak. So it's like, you feel what I'm saying? It's like this odd mix of the two. That's how I know that Sigmas are a real thing, because I've lived those experiences of what a Sigma is supposed to be, or the core principles of what they are. And again, you'll be seen as the devil when you're chasing after excellence. People will think that you're weird. People will think that you've lost your mind. Even if that stuff is not even true, people will think that, right? So that's pretty much it for now. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Trying to get the YouTube channel to over 100K. Smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell, set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos.